Paul, morning. If we start with Conor Higginson departing yesterday, tell us a little bit more about
that. Well, I think it was Conor's decision to make the move. You know, we took up an option on Conor in the summer. Conor wasn't happy just regarding the finance that was on offer, but we seemed to talk him around that. He came back pre-season, but felt that his chances in the first team would be limited. So I had a meeting with him yesterday. The lad just wants to play football. He's done everything right, and we agreed to let the lad go to make sure he gets some football under his belt.
In your mind, were those opportunities in the first team going to be limited this season?
You can't guarantee anybody that's going to play, but we have players that I feel would have started instead of Conor. Yeah, and I've had to be honest, with him. That we're one or two that I think would have started in the first team in front of him. Plus, I am actually on the lookout for another centre forward. So, obviously the lad wants to play football.
Now, I assume then Conor wasn't prepared to go out on a loan deal like he has on the past two previous seasons.
No, I just think Conor wanted just to free himself up and to play football. I give the lad a lot of respect because lads at that age, I mean, all they want to do is play football. So I think, if I'm personally honest, I just think the lad's made a good decision for his own career.
In terms of that replacement, then you're on the lookout for a striker. Any hint, any intimation as to where you might be looking or how close you might be to making that signing?
Very close. I'm looking for a centre forward that I feel could guarantee his goals at this level of football. So obviously I'm looking in the Football League at the minute. They've narrowed it down to about 4 or 5 at the minute. I'm going to have a chat with the chairman tonight just regarding where we go from here, but hoping to hear back hopefully within the next 4 or 5 days.
Are these targets who are maybe out of contract at the moment, looking for a club, or players potentially who have got a club and you're eager to tempt away?
Well, both scenarios. We've got players that are available on frees, but we've also got players that we'd have to pay a fee for. So, like I say, obviously we want somebody that can score us goals at this level of football. That's not saying the lads that we've brought in already won't, but I've said before that we want competition for places in all areas, and like I say, I think the boys that put the ball in the back of the net, the guys that win us games.
In terms of your front lineup, I think you've been very flexible already in what you've talked about, the idea that you may play one up there, you may play two, you want different options. So what are you looking for? Are you looking for someone who can play numerous roles, or maybe a guy who can run through the middle or run off the shoulder?
If I'm God's honest truth, I'm looking for a goal scorer, an out-and-out goal scorer.
Obviously,
poacher. Yeah, score goals, somebody that score goals at this level and above. I'm saying can guarantee us sort of 15 to 20 goals. I don't think anything's guaranteed in football. But with the people's track records that we're looking at, we've got a good chance of scoring goals. With the players that we're looking to bring in. And
aside from a striker, any other transfer news?
There was meant to be some news this morning. A player that I was looking to sign this morning, he's stuck transatlantic. His flight got delayed, so I'm looking to sign him tomorrow morning. Sorry. So hopefully, by tomorrow, sort of midday, we shall have another signing.
I'm guessing an American, maybe a Canadian.
No, he's a British player.
Oh, right.
Got a wealth of experience in the Football League. Obviously, he's a defender. That's where I think we really need to strengthen at the minute. But the lad's just been out there for a little run around in the MLS, so he comes with good pedigree.
Let's turn to the games at the moment. You went there for the Rainworth Miners Welfare game. Any news on the trialists that played in that game? Are you going to sign any of them?
At this minute, no. We've had a good look at them in training over the past week. I don't think anyone really sort of out the pack in the training that I've seen them. We're going to affect the squad, and going on Mickey's recommendations, he doesn't think that any of them were going to affect the squad after the Rainworth game. So at this minute, we're not going to be following up any of those. But obviously, we've got 1 or 2 more coming in. There could be 1 or 2 that coming in for tonight's game.
I was going to say Nuneaton tonight. Another opportunity to look at players, or is it a case of getting minutes under the belt?
minutes under the belt tonight. I want the squad that we've got now to start getting minutes under its belt. Obviously there'll be the odd one or two trialists come in. We need to have a look at them. We've got a lad coming in tonight who's a Welsh under-21 international left back. We need to have a look at these kind of players in game scenarios. Trained very well yesterday, but obviously it's a game scenario that matters. So.
I know you've mentioned minutes under the belt, but you used the Rainworth Miners welfare game as a chance to look at trialists. You've also said some of the other friendlies are going to look at the mental attributes your players have. What's an Nuneaton game all about for you?
If I'm totally honest, it's about me picking holes in us. I want to make sure that these pre-season friendlies that people ask questions of us. All the fixtures that we've got, the two league fixtures are definitely going to, against Notts County and Doncaster Rovers, are definitely going to ask questions of us, but the rest of the teams that are just sat in the level below us, I would have thought that all those teams are going to be competing for a championship this year, and I think all of them are going to really ask us different questions, but all the fixtures are going to be really competitive. So I want Nuneaton tonight. We know what they're about. They're a very good side. I want those to pick holes in us. Because obviously we're still a million miles away from where I want us to be. So if we go into tonight's game and with a finished product already, I'd be very surprised.
If we finish this morning with Notts County, in some ways the game on Saturday was almost a mini cup final for Rainworth Miners welfare. For Mansfield Town, Notts County coming to Field Mill, local derby. Friday night's got all the ingredients of a great evening.
Yeah, it'd be a great fixture. It's a local derby, a lot of competition between the two sets of supporters. I think it will be, once again, a proper competitive pre-season fixture. I don't like to have pre-season fixtures where the football's testimonial and are a little bit laid back. You want competitive fixtures that are going to get you fit, strong, and are going to pick holes in you, ready for the start of the season. So I'm really looking forward to the Notts County game. Yeah.
And what about Notts County? They're a side changing at the moment this summer. Another, shall we say, summer of change, if we use that word again. What are you expecting from them? What sort of players are you expecting them to bring? A full strength side?
I would have thought they'd bring a full strength side, yeah. They've got a very good manager in Martin Allen. I think they'll be very organised, very fit, very strong, and obviously they're to get 2 or 3 games into the season and find out we've got weaknesses here, there and everywhere. I'd rather them find out in these pre-season fixtures, so we've got a time span to put them right.